Well, how do you do? This is the Sleepy Dragon Streams. I am sleepy right now, among other
Well, how do
things
you
that
do?
are
This
affecting
is
my
the Sleepy Dragon Streams.
other things
I am
affecting my
sleepy
state
right
of
now,
mind at the moment.
among other things that are. This
Affecting
is
my
the Sleepy Dragon
I'm
Streams.
getting an echo from Mixer. There we go. Uh, well, let's see what we got here. I'm playing super low quality because I have a hilarious graphics card known as the NVIDIA GT710. Oh, woo! See. All right. Whoop de whoop 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 de whoop whoop whoop. So first things first, scout around. I saw one of those giant solar panels way off in the distance. But now the sun went down and it's gone. That did not take very long. Not seeing a whole lot of compound. There's a village over there. Looks like some stuff stuck in some things. This looks like another one, or is that just a cluster of tables? Sometimes there's just a cluster of the small tables. No, that's compound. Wow. That's what low resolution gets you. Thanks, GT710. You're a true friend. Alright. Now we did that. We'll do that. I guess I can grab this one while I'm here. I don't have a anything. I don't have a winch to bring that giant solar panel back, and I'm gonna be honest. I usually procrastinate getting off world, so like it may just end up staying there. Oh, it doesn't want to. Oh, there it is. Hey, I did it. All right. I am connected to uh, Discord. You can also chat with me directly in the chat frame, but I gotta be honest, I'm pretty oblivious to that. um, I don't know, maybe if you link in through Discord, we can communicate verbally, but I'm not sure if that's a wise decision at this point. Do that, that, do. So much resin. There's just resin all over the place. All right, we've already got copper. Oh, oh, I've got more than half an air tank. Let's take care of some of the zoodly doos. That's my halfway marker there. Let's get rid of that. So earlier I was driving around and I talked about stuff and it was boring, I'm sure. I don't know what there is to talk about tonight, right now. There's a fair amount of hype built up around 1.0 release. We have been informed that we will get one more update, and if I read the Discord correctly, then you probably should too to find out because I don't know what they actually want me to say about what goes on there. Gotta be part of the family. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Too much. I already feel like I'm spoiled. I felt spoiled when I saw this thing over here. Hey there, Zarinthal. Why aren't you grabbing any of that other stuff? I do not pick up power cells. I rarely use power cells. Those power cells will be there if I have a power emergency and need them. I'm not wearing any mods. I guess I'll go ahead and grab this thing. I haven't found anything else yet. Now wait a minute. Hold up. Tell me how you ain't a hobbit again. Let's see. Okay, they haven't. There's never anything on top of these. Every once in a while, I'm just like, there's gonna be like a work light, because that's a cool place for a work light. That's a cool place for a beacon. And then you got your modules and whatnots. All the whatnots. Now, in my one of my other saves, I am collecting. Whoops. I'm collecting. I have 10 habitats aside from my own. Uh, Four of them are the completely demolished ones, and I have six of them that are in the same condition as this one. Just dysfunctional, but like honestly, if I had like a crowbar, I could probably just survive a storm in it. But this is Astroneer. There are no crowbars. You do not get to have such an easy time of things. Yet it was there I felt the crossroads of time. Oh yeah, one thing I like about dual screening with Astroneers is that I can. Oh, and because I'm using a controller and dual screening, it's important to have both. I can still control my character while I type into. Oops. Wabap. Scoobity bapa doo. Skibbity bapa doo. I don't know how to tell you this, Popeye, but it turns out your stutter is actually caused by cancer from smoking spinach. What is that? Already? They gave me a tech brick already. Like, man, the little green one is worth like 400. That's cool, but like, obviously I'm not just going to ignore this. But that is 6,000 already. So I can actually type into the chat frame while I'm streaming and moving around, which is kind of convenient, but I'll admit that it cuts down on my ability to jibber jabber, so some people may actually encourage that. Alright, anywho, alright, I've done some basic treasure hunting. We're gonna toss some of this stuff out in the dirt. But why would you do that? Now it's just sitting there, it's all vulnerable. I know there was just absolute tons of resin, so it'll be easy to get some table. Oh, wow. Plenty, plenty. So I'm one of those weirdos. I use an Xbox 360 controller and a mouse. And believe me, there is no having your cake and eating it too. It is my preferred method, but it is not without its struggles. Especially because my Xbox controller has, it's quite aged. It's drifted far beyond its dead zone. So every once in a while I'll just be doing this, but even slower. Like I'll be moving along this way, and so it makes it hard to pick stuff up. The My computer can't decide what to pay attention to, and it just creates all the fun chaos. But come on, I love fun chaos. I wouldn't be playing no Astroneer if I didn't love some fun chaos. All right. Oh. All right. So I've got that. I'm not gonna use this because I want to save that. Because if I drop it, then I'd have to re-drop it to get my free cheater beacon. And I'll tell you right now, I love that free cheater beacon that always tells you where home is. I know it's, see that right there, the pulling dirt out of two different spots. That's the conflict of controller and keyboard. I'm not going to talk about the cheater beacon anymore. Um, just let that passively fall off into the nether. I'm sure that'll be gone in the 1.0 release anyway. So no reason to get people used to it, and then they'll be all like, you know how the forums are. People, they want their glitches back because it made the game easier for them, and it's like, yeah, but it's obviously not the way the game's intended to be played, so don't get all entitled over it. And don't get me wrong about that either, because I was more than a little irritated that I couldn't put my basic chairs on top of my storages anymore. I'm just like, hey, here we go. Let's do the. Oh, that's a terrible angle. I liked having it up there, you know. I mean, you got what? That's a hilarious default, but we're not going to do that. I think I got 250. Did I get? I didn't get 250. I do not like that little table. I don't like it at all, Sam I am. So I'm going to go get my 250 so I can build the slightly larger table. Not that it's going to make a huge difference in the long run, but woohoo. Let's get on back now. Ugh. Oh, right, I came out on the tethers a little bit, so I can't count on the 50%. Okay, that was another 100, so we still need a little bit more. There was some insta-pop towards this direction. It's when there's just this much awful amounts of resin patches, and it makes you want to just kind of run off and gather it all and then come back to the thing. But I'm going to try to streamline this. I'm going to try to do little bits of progress as we go. So I'm not just going to... Whoa! I'm not just going to spend an hour collecting all the resin I'll ever need, right? That's boring. Nobody wants to watch that anyway. Well, there's really not a lot of instant research. Maybe I should just build my little table, buddy. Alright, fair enough. The planet has spoken. Storm. So if it's coming from that way. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and build the little table. I'm gonna show you guys my storm skills. This is brutal. I'm not hiding. I have things to do. So since I'm gonna skip the research portion of this adventure, let's go right into that. I guess let's plug this guy in. I mean, he is spinning after all. Not that I'm doing anything that's gonna warrant that much power, but hey, let's get her done. Okay, so there's that. I've just spent some resources so I can pick these up so they don't blow away. I'm not gonna move from this spot. I have to stay right here because that's the direction the rocks are gonna come from. Okay. People always say, I've heard so many people complain about the storms in this game that it's really, they're just like, ugh, all you do is stand still and for 2 minutes. It's really just pointless. I'm like, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. If the storm just makes you sit in a chair and wait it out, and you don't try to like do anything else, I don't even have a problem with that. That's fine. I've spent the first 500 hours of the game thinking that that's the only choice you had, you know? And I think rocks went through stuff but still killed you back in the day. I don't remember exactly, but I seem to remember that being a little bit of a thing there. Please note that the storm did not steal my tech research. I was a little careless about that. The green bean it could totally take, I wouldn't mind. But they're just like, ugh, the storm. There are people who like that. They like that reprieve. Like, I'm gonna sit in a chair, you know, like, there's something about a productivity game like this that you kind of get a flow going, you kind of get a groove going, and you might turn around after half an hour or an hour and feel like it was a little bit monotonous, and it kind of burns you a little bit, and you're like, well, that's fine too. But the storm kind of helps to break up that monotony, and if the storm is nothing but a pain to you, then I would say do what I do and don't let it stop you. I mean, like, say that you really, really had to go over there and there was a storm and you're like, I don't know what to do. I gotta get to that thing. I don't want to wait. I gotta get over there. So what do? You dig a tunnel. You get in your tunnel and you're like, oh, well, I don't know where my tethers are, except you do, because you got the one going up to them. So you just keep digging a tunnel. And guess what's great about that? Is now you have a tunnel that's gonna go there every time. See, it comes up a little bit, but you don't want to go up. You want to go around. Up. We just got to go down. Cover that up later for safety. For safety. So here we go. You dig your tunnel. And that tunnel is your safe haven to get to your other places. But it takes too long to tunnel every tether line. You don't have to tunnel every tether line. You tunnel the main branches because it's just got to be enough time to get where you're going, generally. Alright. You know, if you're worried about tunneling under every tether line you've ever made, I mean, it's not necessary. It's never going to be necessary. If you don't, if you just tunnel your main branches, you'll get where you need to go. And oh, it's 700. I thought that was 450. Okay. Anyway, I digress because that is often a necessary thing for me to do. There we go. Let's see, do I have 3? Let's just make our basic resource pile. We'll do it right here. And there's a lot of it to gather, so I'll probably just make one for each type. Okay. Alright, we've got that. I'm gonna wait and build my second research chamber on one of these guys. So, oh, hi there. I'm not going to put it on the side of the base because the angle matters and it just won't get all the power. It won't catch all the rays. I spent some time in California. I know how important it is to get all the sunshine. What is that? And why didn't I notice it? Did I make this tether line? I did. I made it at night, right? So I didn't notice that there was a thing over the hill here. I don't even recognize it. The graphics aren't up high enough. I mean, it looks like a shipwreck, but what do we got going here? Yeah, it's a shipwreck. Normally I would just tow it, but I'm just starting out, so that's not an option. Go ahead and clean this out real quick because I have the air supply nearby. And it's not going to fill me up. What's your 2 slot, though? Ooh, a piece of glass. It's a seat. Okay. So we've got a chair. I'm clearly not absurdly excited about that, but it's 2 resin I don't have to spend later. You know, every once in a while you find something really cool in those. Although that particular shipwreck model, I think I've only found chairs and medium storage in. The solar panels and wind generators that I find in shipwrecks, they are usually the other smaller cylinder types, I believe. Maybe we'll find out otherwise. Okay, so early stages, early stages. Some people are like, oh, he hasn't even gone underground to get the real treasure yet. I'm like, no, I haven't. I usually clear my surface first. It's my style. It's just the way I do things. Anything that's in a relatively visible distance of my main habitat is going to be... Is that the head of the tunnel? It is. So that's why I didn't run into it earlier. That is the head of the tunnel. Or it's the end of it. It's hard to tell sometimes. Now, there's not much left to do. Forget it. There is one other direction I want to run. I'm going to go out this way. Is this going to do that thing where if I turn it up to medium, my frame rates will go up? No, it's about the same though, and it looks a lot better. How about that? There is not much out this way, but I did find another patch of all three resources, so not entirely useless. Let's go ahead and wrap it up to another pile of compound. Maybe this elevation. I hear something. No? Okay, it was an ambient sound of liquid running. I thought maybe I heard a windmill going. One of the medium wind generators. Okay. By the way, I don't know what the official word is, but I don't consider the salvaged solar panels to be a large solar panel. I feel like that's going to be a module in the future, you know? Large solar panel when we have a need for more power. I feel like the salvaged ones are just kind of salvage. You know, you find stuff in shipwrecks that you can use. You find something that happens to generate power when the sun's up. I'm hoping that's not our tier 3 solar generator. Personal opinion, I'd like to see something, although I'll be super honest, the medium solar panel, what does a base ever need but like 4 of those, right? If you need more than that, you've got a lot of friends, and making more than 4 would probably just not be as difficult, so it wouldn't matter. But I feel like 4 per person, per base, is about all you ever need. If they want to consolidate that down to conserve resources, I guess so, but honestly, I don't think a medium solar panel costs enough. I think it should be 2 copper and a piece of glass and a piece of ceramic. Because it produces 2. And even though you have to wait for the sun to come up, it produces a solid 2 units of power all day long. And quite frankly, it's OP, boss. Now, again, shouldn't criticize the early access this close to the 1.0 release, because I don't know what they've done or what they're going to do in the next month or 2. So, however they want to roll it out, no complaints. But in this iteration, as far as I'm concerned, even just 2 copper wasn't a high enough price for that. Like, seriously overpowered. What? I thought I had... Oh no, I didn't have it in my backpack. I put it down. Alright, purge. Ba-bow, 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 ba-bow. What did I do? Making a mess. Where did it go? The ammonium's gone. I put it into the dirt, and so it fell through. I'd have to dig underneath. And from what I saw so far, there's not really a lot underneath my base. But we're about to find out. So if you're sitting there watching me play going, this guy's not even going underground, this is boring, I'm out. Patience. Patience, grasshopper. We're getting there. Because I am now ready to... There's only the one mountain range and visual range, which is so unusual for me to just be able to look out at that much landscape uninterrupted. I'm kind of digging it. Alright, so we're not going to interrupt our current tunnel. I'm going to come over here. We're going to feed off of this one. That's not steep enough, personally. That might be too steep. Work with me here. Is that good? That's perfect. That is perfect. Nice and steep. I feel like they've applied some of the noise processes already from Terrain 2.0, just from the way the mountains are non-existent. I hope that, yeah, that was tethers. I didn't check. Drop it like it's hot. See, this is one thing I like the controller for. Just ba-doo, 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 ba-doo. The whole way down. Alright. I'm not hitting a cave. There's no caves around here at all. I don't know what to do. There's not tunnels. There's not tunnels on this planet. Like there's always tunnels, right? Under your base. I haven't seen any coming out of the ground. That one up there's a cave. There's a cave. Is that just gonna go under the mountain? I feel like it's just gonna terminate and not go anywhere. There's not a purple. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's our green layer. There's our lower cavern layer, right? Yeah. Okay, now before I start running out of air, I am south. Okay, so I'm northwest of the base-ish. Okay, because I just went west. So if I run back to the east a little bit this way, then this is where I need to target, which is slightly east. Yeah, it's south by southeast. Or no. Yeah. So north by northwest. So I need to dig this way to get my subterraneans on. Theoretically, now the only concern is distance. I think we're gonna need a very light grade by comparison. I usually prefer a steep grade because, you know, path of least resistance, the shortest distance. Of course, if you go too steep, you get a lot of resistance, but then you can just widen the path and do the zigzag run, which speeds it up quite a bit. Come on, don't fail me. Like, every layer was green, there wasn't the usual purple layer. Okay, now we're changing colors, so we're getting there. It's a slightly different color green. Hoping that picks up properly on everybody's screen, because otherwise I'm just gonna sound crazy. Okay. I'm still going back at the halfway mark, even though you go up faster than digging. But, yeah. I'm not gonna push it. Alright, now that we've got that, we're gonna widen it a bit. I didn't need a tether right there, but I needed some light. So I guess I did need a tether, I didn't need air quite yet. We weren't at the end of our rope. I did not hear it disconnect, but it was definitely a far enough distance. Alright, I'm ready to hit this next layer. I'm getting impatient. Something about having people watch me that makes me impatient. I'm like, are you bored yet? Are you bored yet? And that cave was relatively perpendicular to this line, so I'm hoping that I'll at least hit that. But it doesn't look like I'm hitting anything here. Alright, well, we're gonna do this the other way then, because that's irritating, and I don't know if I'm getting anywhere. So the other way means that I go all the... Gonna need some extra tethers. Okay. So I was saying... Basically north, but slightly west. I should probably just make another canister and start stacking dirt. Love that. Alright. No! What the heck? Of course I died. That's not what was supposed to happen at all. Well, there you go. Number one. Can you believe that, kitty? I've already died. Oh, you don't care. You're just mad I'm not petting you. Well, I'm not one of those people that gives two crap if my stuff gets scattered around, since I already know it's on the lowest layer. So I'm gonna brave the storm and just really rub it in the faces of people who claim that the storms are nothing but a gap of time wasting. I'm not even getting hit. Is the storm glitched, or is it just on its way out? I think it's just on its way out. Those people are like, oh, you say it only wastes 30 seconds, but the storm is like 2 minutes long. I'm like, yeah, but it only throws rocks for like a minute. Maybe. Like, at the most. Oh, why didn't I grab a canister? Now I have to do it the hard way. You guys want to see what the hard way is? It's pretty funny. Like, when you see it, you're going to be like, oh, my brain doesn't care about that. Okay, so we need a little bridge over here. Maybe. Can we look over here? Without falling in. Let's just look. Remember when the turbo mod only cost a piece of resin and you were like, that's cool. You could just pretty much make one the second you had the research for it. Now you can't make any mods without leaving the planet at least once. And I have to remember to bring back enough iron for everything, which I think is like 4 or 5. You have to at least be able to make a shredder, which is 2 iron. And the other thing, the trade platform, which I think costs an iron? Can't remember. Okay, so there's that. That's how you make that ramp without a canister. I.e. the wrong way. The not planning at all way. But, regardless, I am on the ground. And I am not going to shred that thing and kill myself. This is another time I like the controller. Just because I'm on a PC doesn't mean the controller doesn't do a lot of the automated stuff. The auto cursor, by the way, when you use a controller, very, very necessary when you're on a console. But man, oh man, does it grab the wrong thing sometimes. Now, a lot of my problems with that are because I use the mouse and the controller, the priority goof up I talked about earlier. I don't care if they ever fix that. There's not enough people that do what I do. I need to get one of those Razer pads that registers as part of a keyboard rather than as a controller. And that will solve that problem, I believe. Where is it? There it is. Okay, now this looks like a treasure tunnel. And I've got lots of tethers. So I'm going to check this out. Since the last update, I haven't really found medium batteries in the treasure tunnels. And for a minute there, it was super abundant. Oh my. Okay, well that one goes up. I'm going to start with the one that I'm actually in. And it branches again. Look at that. So I need to bring tethers down here. I am going to miss this type of treasure tunnel. I'm sure there will be adequate substitute when Terrain 2.0 launches. But I will miss this. Like, oh, I don't need to bring tethers into that cave. I'll just jump down there and come back up and blah, blah, blah. But then it forks and it forks again and it forks again and you don't know where it's going to stop. Aw. You know what I call this? Cabbage. Because it's purple and the lines give it that leafy look and it's not worth anything. Like, you could totally live off of cabbage if you absolutely had to, but it's not something you're really going to seek out. Unless you're into, like, coleslaw and stuff like that. I'm not a coleslaw cabbage person. No, certainly not a Jersey Shore reference. God, I don't know what that translates to in Jersey Shorese, but I'm sure it's something terrible that we could probably just not talk about. Hey, hey. I used to never collect the dynamite if there was something I didn't need anymore that was just in my way. Like, even using free explosives to destroy it kind of felt like a waste of time. Like, just throw it off to the side. But now I build ramps to stick dynamite to the bottom of so that I can just place a rover. That's what they're called. I'll drive the rover. If I stick something on a rover I don't want on it anymore, you know? You don't want to blow up the whole rover. You want to keep your car. You just want to knock the thing off the top. Back when a rover only cost some aluminum, it wasn't that big a deal. Didn't the large rover, didn't it used to cost 2 aluminum and 2 compound, and then it was still just too cheap, so they're just like, fine, it costs 4 aluminum now. We'll put the medium rover in, and that'll cost 2 and 2. It's like, no, for real, guys, like, a large rover should cost like 8 or 10 aluminum. I'm not kidding. And now that it costs an alloy, I'm like, there should be some raw aluminum, some alloy, some copper. Look, I thought it was a dead end, but it's got a hole. Is this the treasure cave I was just in? I didn't mark them. That's that auto-targeting you get from the controller. Those of you that play on PC were like, what the hell did he just do? He just grabbed stuff on his way past it. It doesn't register. Okay, I am going to grab these power cells just because I'm never coming back down here ever again. There's exceptions to everything. Just because I have an air filter doesn't mean I'm going to waste oxygen by standing around. Oh, I have a canister. Okay, there it is. Okay. Alright, so we're going to mark this treasure tunnel as completed. I have no room. That's okay. Because this is a dead end to my lower cavern. So even though it's just a treasure tunnel here, it's going to lead me up to another green cavern that I'm going to want to get into. Which reminds me, the way that I mark the one off over here is important because it has much the same. It has much the same effect going. There's another tunnel that I am not sure if it leads me to a different cavern altogether. You know what though, it's early, I'm just gonna remember that one. Alright, so that one's marked off. Now we're gonna put this over here. And since nothing I'm carrying is like really critical or important, and I'm pretty sure that that thing's still going and I've got lots of tethers left, I'm not gonna go home. I'm not done yet. The 2 seconds of air left on that poor filter. I should have just used it to get it out of the memory. Alright, we're gonna bring that up to where I can see it from the outside. Alright, party on. Let's clear this cavern. I wanna, before I move on to another green cavern area, I wanna know that this one is cleared. Hey, look at that tech research in aluminum. That's worth 8. Where did that come from? Why is that just... Oh, that's the one I shoved through the ground. Am I right under the base? I must be. Let's see. More. That's not more. It says I'm getting 40 frames per second, but it's really laggy. I don't know if that's because I'm broadcasting. In fact, if that's where that was, then this is probably just going away from it too far. Maybe I crossed under it. The manic life of an astroneer canister. Okay, nice tall indicator. Landmark thing. Look at that! Wow! All because I remembered that I dropped a thing down here. A piece of ammonium. So it's not purple. It's always purple. The upper layers are always purple, and it's not. It's just a slightly different shade of green. You know, you go from like an actual bright peppermint to a dull sort of mint green. It's just a different shade of mint green. That's plenty. So all this aluminum ore is just kicking it under my base. Just kicking it. I've got another tech research to throw in my research chamber. Those are buried? That's weird. Hey look, a red tomato. I haven't used one of those in forever, just because I've always found an abundance of tech research. That was organic for some reason underground. There's more. Oh, because those yellow things. Is that all of it? I keep seeing blue and red, and it's the salvage. And here we have some malachite in its natural habitat. If I have room for the clay, I'll totally take it, but it's useless to transport for the most part. But I believe this is going to top me off. Alright. Oh, I'm not even watching my stuff here. Okay, no communiques. No new ones. Okay. Alright, we're good. Didn't leave anyone hanging like a jerk. But I'm still a jerk for not knowing. That's called principles. Just because you didn't affect somebody doesn't mean you didn't do anything wrong. Because you created a situation that could have done it. There's a decent amount of instant research down here. It's quite lovely. Okay. So we don't need to come back this way unless we're gonna farm that organic. And I'm not, because you can do that somewhere else. Huh. I found a piece of glass, right? I need an air tank. There's lots of treasure tunnels here. Ugh. If it's too close to one of these objects, it just won't plant properly and connect. It's kind of odd. Oh yeah, I forgot I brought a bottle of that with me. I'm gonna crack open that bottle. That'll be hilarious. Slowly fade away. Okay, what is that worth? 2,000? Oh no, that's one of the mostly brown ones. That's worth like 1,200, I think. So I'll carry this back to where that tech research was, and then I'll carry that tech research up to the top. Or actually, I should bring this one up first, get it out of the way. Oh right, I wanted to demonstrate this because it seemed to be a thing. Somebody said you used to be able to change the color of the tethers, like, you know, for indicating for navigation underground and stuff, and in general. And I don't remember that. That must have been before my time, or maybe somebody was trolling. Hilarious, I'm sure it was hilarious for them when somebody actually didn't know. But I have my own method, and I'm sure it's not original. I'm sure somebody's done it before. But like, let's say you got a branch like this, right? You're gonna go that way, because I am gonna keep going that way. Maybe I'll adjust this one. Yeah, this one needs to be adjusted. Let's dial it back a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's super simple. You'll just be like, oh, either I thought of that and just kind of stopped doing it because I learned to navigate, or I can't believe I didn't think of that, but it's super obvious. So here's your branch, right? That one goes that way. That one goes off into the unknown. That one goes home. Okay, that one goes home. Ah, no, see, it did it wrong. You want it here. So you put one on the junction, close to the junction bit, which is this one where more than two are coming off of. And you put one really close to that, and that direction is the direction home. So it makes like a little arrow. See? That path is the one that takes me home. So I get to go home. Wow. I don't have to go all the way back to that awful tunnel that killed me before. Where I recklessly kept running. I could totally widen that up, but I don't want to block that tunnel. But that's good for some metals. For the metals. The gods made heavy metal, and they saw that it was good. You like that, Astroneer and Manowar? They said to play it louder than hell. We promised that we would. Alright, it's probably not anything anybody's enjoying. Okay. Right, we're going to research the oxygen tank for the underground explorings. And then I need to drop off my treasures. We'll put some of it on here. This is not casual placement. This is a hint. It's called foreshadowing. I like to let people know what I'm doing without words. No, I need another resin. Luckily, that's everywhere. Except I'll probably always run the same direction thinking that's where the resin is. And eventually it won't be. And I'll feel silly. What's up, Mr. Kitty? You look like you've got something to say. Do you? No? You're just mad that I woke you up. Fine. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Tell you what I'm gonna do. My power's low and I want it fast. You know what? I should have not done that fast and gone and got more resources. See, there's always something to do. And that always something usually isn't just throwing away time. So we're going to run off this way in a direction I'll remind everyone that I forgot was the direction I marked as all the resources in one place. There is a storm coming. I am not close enough to the base to use it for a shield. I may have been able to go back. So I'm going to gather some of the resources I want. And then once the sky is adequately dark, which is now, and you hear the underblowing, the whistly sound, I'm not running back because I thought I was going to run out of air. I'm not crazy enough to just stand out in the middle of a field. I know these storms have a little bit of an AI to them to launch stuff at you. AI, okay, maybe not AI, it just, it throws things at your position. But it does. It wants you to die. Excuse me. Now, just because the whistling stopped doesn't mean you're safe. You could still get some stray rocks thrown at you. There they are. Do I dare? Where's that hole I was digging? It's around here somewhere. Ah, wasting time. There it is. Alright. And that's why I don't mind the storms. What's the big deal? Okay, well that furnace is definitely done getting constructed. We're going to go unpack it. I'm going to pull the copper off of it because I want it to start with the aluminum. And I'm going to get another table built. I really don't have the patience to dirt push that solar panel over here, and I certainly don't have enough copper at my disposal to just drag a line to it. But it's not entirely an absurd place for it to be. So we can go ahead and turn that on, which I think is neat, even though it's got no power. That allows us for it to populate the stacks there. Go ahead and set another quartz up there, just for Latron. Storm did not steal my research. Doing a terrible job of organizing right now, and I don't care. Ah. I usually do these really pretty bases, but it's super like time consuming. It's something you show people after you've done it, not when you're still not when you're starting out. It's just bad television. Aluminum and 2 compound. I've got 2 compound. Okay, so while that's going, I'm actually gonna why not? Oh right. Since we're making the extractor, I think I saw some compound underground, so I'm gonna leave that here, and if I need more, I'll go get it. We're gonna raise this ceiling, even though this is the wrong tunnel, because that'll give me the dirt to cover it. And yes, I just made that up as I went. I really thought I was gonna go somewhere just now. Forgetting that the tunnel is a little off base. But yep, no, let's do that. Make it visible. Is there any good metal around here? Just some of this stuff, huh? Well, I'll take one with me, because I'm gonna need the dirt. To make more of it. Nice. So that's where that goes. Okay. I can dig it. Just gotta remember all that stuff's there. And that's there if I really need it. And there's some graphite for absolutely no reason. Everybody knows astronauts use pressurized pens, not pencils. Ha ha ha. Not funny. I'm not gonna burn that compound unless I need to. And by need to, I just mean if I don't find anything cool by now, and I haven't, so. Oh, did I not pick up that piece of glass I found? Could have swore I did. That's pretty dumb. I usually won't put tethers through a resource patch. I'll go around so I don't have to do anything when I go to dig it up. But let's face it, who cares about graphite? Why don't fireworks go higher? Ta-da. That's some fun salvage. Up. Alright. Is that another treasure tunnel? Oh my gosh. Crumbs. So if you manage to snag a couple of those when you surf by, you can usually quickly grab the rest of them without having to stop on your way back up. It's pretty neat. Oh, right. Closed. See, I put those two close together so there wouldn't be confusion when I put down the one for this. Otherwise, that one would be really close. And if you're really concerned about it, you can just do a better job all around of your tethers. Or, you know, it's a loop. Leave it open. Who cares? Say what? 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 And then the clunk. Alright, let's get back to the surface, shall we? Ho ho ho! Oh, he's hiding in the stove, eh? I can also do one of these. Like a big arrow. Oh no! There were too many. Hello, boss 12126. Alright, well, this thing looks all done. Let's load her back up. Grab this. She willikers. It's so hard to get good timing. Oh, right, I only had 3. Wait, where did the other one go? Whatever. La 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 la. Well, anyway, if that's all the time you have to watch, I'm going to keep going. But that is effective base build starting. It's pretty much the easiest way to get rocking. Check out your immediate surroundings on the surface. How long have I been on? It doesn't give you a time so far. course not. Oh, this does. It's been a little over an hour. Okay. And so it has. Uh, that's basics of getting started. I'm ready to build a couple other things. Let's pull some of this stuff off. We're going to get that extractor going. And then start building some medium storages. Eh. And we have a static location, so I'm going to make that a red flashing beacon. Oh. And while that's going, I will put dirt jars on it. Ain't not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the old bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Alright, everything's rocking and rolling, so let's go grab some resin. I mean compound. I need compound. I'm about to make resin. Although it couldn't hurt to have more. I do need to make more tables as well. Yeah, I should probably go ahead and grab 3 resin for the next table. And I don't remember if there was really any on this branch, but I think there was some over this way a little. So we'll see what we have over here. Let's check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Zoolidoo-da-doo. Nah, there was one right there the whole time. That's okay. I'll need more soon. And there's more right there. How did that happen? What was I looking at? Alright, anyway. Let's get on with it. La la la. Multiples. I'll go down the opposite one first this time. Multiples. I've been here before. Double check. Yeah, that's the cabbage. All right. Okay. So that one's closed down. Close down the other one over here. Alright. Well, that's that. That tunnel's closed. I was hoping for one more tech research before I really got rolling. Oh, another one. Salvage. There you go in the scrap pile. Titanium deposit somewhere around here. Checker ball. Yes. Fantastic. Probably should grab a couple just so. There's that one by the ramp that let me know I was close to the base. Which is a neat little thing, you know? They're probably gonna fix that exploit, so that's a thing though. A work light. Two patches of copper ore. Maybe 3 worth. I don't know. But it goes up to a whole new level up here. There's another one of the glowing balls. That is that checker ball from before, I think. I'm actually quite lost. Or at least disoriented. I'm not lost. I know where I can make it home. Do da do da za da do, zoo da da to do. Alright. Home again, home again. Whoop whoop. Meow. To make your kitty say meow. I thought I made that other canister. Son of a gun. Well, we'll just do this. Don't need you, and I got for you, and I don't need you, and I'll put you there, and that goes there. And we'll do this. I should be able to fill a jar by the time I get to the top. Maybe not. Turn, turn, turn. I know what I just did. You know why I don't care? 'Cause hooly-hoo. Diddly. Wow, it just bonked the crap out of that thing. Finally start generating some power up in here. So we need one of these. I'm gonna have to make my own one of those. And one of those. I found a chair. Why didn't I bring that thruster up with me? That was short-sighted. Anyway. Everything's running, so I've got a few minutes. I've got a few seconds. It's all pretty much done, I guess. What did I do with that thruster? Is it still over here? Oh yeah, I left it on that copper patch. I guess I can grab some more junk while I'm here. Where is it? Oh. Did I bring it up? I don't remember bringing it up. Not at all. Oh well. Let's see, what's gonna be my off-world survival kit? Small solar and wind. I guess I should bring a grass generator with me. Apparently I am just screwing around. My brain's full of potato. Oh, is that the loop? That's the loop. It's the loop. What? Oh, I thought there was an empty one there. Oh. I have to do this first. Oh. I have to do this first. There we go. Now I've got that slot. Now I'm going back to the surface. Maybe fun. Oh, that I'll take that red tomato with me. But then I gotta put the tech one down while I'm gone. Seedly ba doo ba doo ba doo boo. Boo ba da ba doo da doo da doo. What? Why? The weird thing where if there's no room in your backpack for something, that it'll uh, lock up in midair between where it was and where you are, and you can't auto-target it anymore with the controller, so you have to actually manually target it with the controller or the mouse, and it's just so tedious. That always happens. So it's happened again. Okay. And that's where it pays to have a mouse. And I really just, for all the Xbox players and any consoles, whatever happens in the future, whatever's going on, I really hope keyboard and mouse support is just spot on for you guys, because man, is that just critical sometimes. Just super critical. Okay. Oh, it's not set to table. Alright, so soon we'll have a ship. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not going to be done by the time your ship's ready. You can totally blah, 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 blah. But I'm about to build a bunch more power. Because let's face it, this is slow beans. We did our solid fuel thruster. I need some of those. And some of those. Hi, kitty. What's up? You need something? Just some attention? Yeah, okay. Aw. How you doing, buddy? You need some food or something? I think you got lots of food. Oh yeah, the extenders. I'm sure I don't have nearly enough for that big solar panel out there, but we shall see. You know, the second you spit a piece of glass out, I'll make a wind generator, okay? But until then, I don't got nothing for you. I guess I could quit making solar panels. That would speed it up a bit. Oh, I disconnected this thing. Alright, giant solar panels that way. I know I'm not even close to reaching it, but it's the best way to store these things is if you've already got a job for them. Do part of the job. Ugh, awful. Kidding. Fine. It's better to do it this way so you can see the thing you're going to. It's just a little more difficult to grab that front bit. 5 more. Of course, once I come back, I'll be super inclined to build a rover, and it's not like it would be hard to gather the resources for a winch. But I don't know how many times you've ever tried to move one of those things with the winch. It's just, it is obnoxious. And there's 10. Alright, we are at 1 hour and 40 minutes. So obviously, if your goal is to get off the planet as soon as possible, this is not the guide you follow step by step. However, if your goal is to get off the planet as soon as possible, I think you can pretty much find what you're looking for here. The it's all there. It's all there. The sun's up, so we're actually getting some decent action. Oh, I'm in the way. Oh, me in the way. I see. Did one of them end up on the ground? No? I just didn't make that one. Okay. I thought that one was full for some reason. Alright, so this thing's at full power. 10 minutes. I may end up destroying it. Just so I can set that tech one while I'm gone. Oh, that was the problem. I had the video window open for my streaming. What a doofus. Where did I put that chair? There it is. Guess I could have managed that location a bit better. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. I don't know what time that makes it for you. It's not what time it is for me. Or maybe it is. I don't know. See, I'm waiting for that research still. So, Doesn't hurt to go ahead and prep the tables I know I'm going to need for my science. Sciences is... I am pretty sure that I can find everything I need on a quick trip to Arid, which is a lot easier to get to than Tundra. Now, if I went to Tundra, I could grab a piece of lithium on my way back, but I think I need to carry all the iron and wolframite I can. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to have to build both of my rockets. I have no idea what I did with that other booster. It is straight gone. Swizzle. Pretty consistent wind here, it looks like. That's nice. It's been steady. It seems to be everywhere. I know that could change in a heartbeat. We can always get more organic. We're at full power in the middle of the night. Look at that. Now, why is there a piece of copper in there? Yeah, that's easy to fix, right? Fell right through. Swizzle. It's almost at full power. Should I just build another one? I don't wanna. Nah, I got other stuff to do. I'm not quite there yet. Solid fuel thruster. I thought I had more ammonium. I usually bring 2 thrusters with me in case anything goes wrong. Whatever that means. Really? Why did I bring all this? I'm not gonna need it where I'm going. I need tethers. Really don't need that either. Any organic can be gathered on location, even though it is quite sparse on what's it? Arid. There will be at least one decent sized compound patch, but I'm gonna bring each generator type with me, just in case. I know it's counterintuitive that I'm counting on my landing zone to have a resource that I'm going to bring with me anyway, even though it's cheap and senseless. Never hurts to take one last look around before you bail. Yeah, why not? If nothing else, I'll have everything I need for Rover. Hey, where's the exit? Run around in circles here. There we go. Hold up. Tell me how you ain't a hobbit again. Doodly doo, doodly doo, doo da da doo da doo da do. Sorry, moving my mouse off of the main screen again. Ugh, not this again. Don't start that again. I don't know what you want to do. Well, anyway, mission accomplished. We are 10 minutes from the 2 hour mark. And I certainly could lift off right now, but I obviously am not prepared to. Now, I will not be building a base on this venture, but I am going to take a beacon with me. So I will probably not take that solar panel with me, and just bring this lot of all this other stuff. Okay, that should do it. Hold up. The odds of not finding any quartz near the base is pretty slim, but I want that beacon because if I do find a good location, I don't want to lose it. Although I admit, my locations are prone to the most equatorial location possible. However, sometimes there's more than one, and sometimes I want them both. I can't wait to build a base on that launch pad over there. I wonder if I can drag it off. Okay, so that one's done finally. Well, it's not like there were people all over the place questioning a 2-hour departure, right? Everybody knew we could do that. But if you were at all skeptical, you can check that skepticism at the door. No, I didn't want the resin. I wanted the jar. But that's it. I've been streaming for about 2 hours now, and I am ready to lift off. So, if anybody said it couldn't be done, if anybody said it was too tedious, look at all the screwing around I've done. Look at all the time I've wasted exploring things that I didn't need. Although I did find a chair. I didn't need it. I had all the compound in the world. Oh, I just missed Arid. Now, if I remember right, Arid has everything you need except lithium. Like, you really have to dig for lithium. I don't remember if I've ever found it on Arid. It may not be there. You can find lithium on irradiated, but the iron's rare. If I remember right, it's harder to find iron there. Arid really is the best first stop if you don't mind using your first few pieces of scrap to make lithium for your batteries. I certainly don't. I'd like to get in and get my iron and start making my science stations. I don't remember what the resource population of the Baron is anymore. But I'm going to sit in orbit of Arid. I suppose I'll stop streaming for a bit and just restart it. I need to go get some food. Put away this Imperial Stout. I'm going to be up for a while. I'm going to make a fresh cup of Urgore. Get myself some dinner. Take care of some kitty cats who have probably not enjoyed the last 2 hours. Come on, we're almost there. I just want to be on arid, ready to drop when the time comes. That's all. I suppose I can close that. That'll probably give me a little bit better. 77 frames per second. If I spin it fast, what's the minimum? 63? 63 for... I've pretty much seen every... Oh, 60. Hey, there's Arid. Alright, I'm gonna take a break, guys. It's just gonna hover over Arid. Let me find my chat frame. Let's see. Back at 8:30 West Coast time, which is about 15 minutes. In the meantime, enjoy this view of the planet. It's the best I get from orbit until I've explored some.